Myself. You always stay on phone me while I live stream on YouTube. You always stay on phone me while I live stream on YouTube.
The year was 2027. Advances in biotechnology.
Oh my God, it's
were
about to be
helping people
2027.
improve their physical
What
and
the
mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging. Half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries.
If you get an ACU,
cutting-edge biotech.
if you get an ACU, I'll come.
David Sarif
I'll come put it
himself
in.
handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to
For
keep
free.
his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant.
Like I could
neuroscientist.
have
Megan
charged
found
you for the lights, but
safe.
no, because you're my girlfriend. I ain't gonna do that to
All she
you.
had to do was
You know
present
what?
the research to Congress. But the night before the big meeting, my security measures failed.
What do you do when we get married? I'll walk up to you
A team of
and give you a receipt. Here you go.
headquarters, massacring everyone in sight.
Like I could have. You probably rip it up and throw it at me.
Tanks.
No, because you're my
Mission.
girlfriend.
Take the lead in their team.
Oh
Tried to
God.
stop him. Their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullet slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I
Probably
didn't.
rip it up and throw it at me.
High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for it. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my
See, this
recovery,
game I never beat
Sarif Industries
because I
was
could
attacked
never
again.
beat it when I was a kid.
This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research.
See, this game I never beat.
The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime.
Should have dropped my balls.
on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it. And when I did, I found one of the so-called
I was gonna do it
purists
now.
next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on.
Look, your fucking
He
bit
ought
marks
killed
on my
himself
fucking wrist.
before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig
I
deeper.
got that scar where you bit me
So
on my
with the help
wrist.
of Frank Pritchard, Sarif set up cybersecurity. I did.
We were there on the
Turns out a
couch together.
second hacker had been controlling the Og's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there.
And my shoulder is
Same
bruised too.
marks who'd left me for dead 6 months before.
Yeah, see it?
Figured they'd try again when they saw me. It wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to
I could take a beating from you. I could take a real beating
China.
from you and still walk
Of
away.
course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end.
I can let you throw punches and I'll still walk away.
China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hanshaw wouldn't be easy.
I'll walk away, so...
For me, it wasn't.
No, you're not.
Farida Malik, Sarif
You ain't
Industries
no
and
damn
Aspire,
dangerous.
had lived in Hanshaw
I'm-
before.
I'm
Good
dangerous.
person to
I
have
can
on her
let you throw
side.
punches and I'll
She
still
knew
walk
enough
away.
about the place to get me around.
Hey, you've
Malik
met
dropped
me?
me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett told me about. Daltel were associates, a private security
I'll
firm
walk
with a
away,
contract
so-
with the Chinese government. Had
Yeah, I
agents
won't never
tossing the
pass you.
suite when I arrived.
No, it's just me though.
Just nothing to
I can't.
expected. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the Og in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panic
Hello,
decision
did you
to
see
force
your
the man to
camera?
commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition.
You know, it hurts
Sarah
when my
was
my
at the
dick
top of
hurts.
the list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM.
My
and
head's been
grab a
hurting too,
surveillance
thanks.
hologram off a
Thanks,
server.
babe.
I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this.
Yes. Yes, it
Nothing
has.
could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and the four best researchers had been kidnapped.
Mine's been hurting all day too.
Well, their kidnappers made it look like they were dead. Desperate to learn more,
Thanks, babe.
I confronted Zhao
Yeah.
at the penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying. Part of her confession made sense. David Sarif had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao sent a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, to turn those signals off. I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more. Eliza Cassand, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching, and I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news
Damn, I
anchor,
need to get a fucking...
working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Cassand in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit satellites the night Megan's team had been taken.
But what am I watching, a whole fucking movie?
Since she's just been
What is
following her
this?
commands, I suspected she wanted to
I
send
want to
me.
play the game.
But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down. And just
Damn, I
like
need to
that,
get a fucking...
the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercs were led by an augmented killer I crossed paths with twice before, Fedorova,
But what am I
a
watching?
woman
a
who'd
whole
made
fucking-
silence her best friend.
What is this?
She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission
I
to
wanna
a
play the
secret server
game.
room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared.
Love you.
Turns out Picus's First Lady of News wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Liza told me the Mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Seraph if I wanted to. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities, and the UN was being urged to intervene. Seraph was trying hard to convince
How do I
Fidel,
skip this,
the
bro?
inventor turned philanthropist, who's once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to
I don't
help
wanna watch
stop a
this.
possible regulatory vote. Seraph had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Seraph Industries to the top of the Fortune
How do
500.
I skip this, bro?
According to Seraph, Megan's kidnappers knew this and didn't
I
want
don't
people
wanna watch
evolving
this.
unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads,
Seriously?
specifically to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm of a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door,
I love you.
meaning at least one of Seraph's scientists was
I thought you
dead.
was already asleep.
Maybe not the rest of them, though.
I thought you was
Tom
already
pointed to
asleep.
a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. We were sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea.
I
Bell
got
Tower
two
was
people
hoping to
watching me
kidnap
right now.
civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect
On
the
YouTube.
High Road project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead.
I thought you was already asleep.
My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious
Bro,
outlet.
this shit's driving me fucking crazy.
In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he
This
slipped
fucking
aboard a
cutscene
separate
drives me
ship
fucking
at
crazy.
Singapore.
It's been almost an hour
Illuminati-run
of this
biotech
stupid
facility
cutscene.
called Omega Ranch.
How do you
3 of
skip this
Seraph's scientists
motherfucker?
were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities.
Bro, this shit's
Thanks to
driving
an
me
emergency
fucking
recall
crazy.
notice issued by the World Health Organization,
This
millions of
fucking
people
cutscene drives me
all over
fucking
the world
crazy.
already have
It's
the
been almost
biochip
an
installed.
hour of this stupid
With the
cutscene.
help of the scientists, I tracked Megan
How do you skip
to
this
a private
motherfucker?
section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping
Me.
to catch me off guard.
Last week.
My ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow,
Welcome to the stream,
the
guys.
billionaire philanthropist.
I ain't streamed on
who'd
YouTube in a
Sarah
while.
called for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this,
This is about to be my
Darrow
new
appeared
home,
in the
YouTube.
world broadcast,
I'm about to quit
telling
Twitch.
the world that augmentations would be
About
the
to move
death
back
of
to
mankind.
YouTube.
Then he activated the biochips.
Oh, and
All
YouTube,
of
y'all
the
didn't know this,
augmented people flew into
but
a
I am
frenzy.
engaged now.
Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to
See
me
ya.
to set things right.
This is
To
about to
do
be my
it,
new home,
I had to
YouTube.
reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean.
About to move
As I
back to
raced
YouTube.
through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and
Oh.
destruction firsthand. By the time I shut
YouTube,
down
y'all didn't
Darrow's
know
broadcast,
But
I
I
knew the
am
damage he'd
engaged
done.
now.
still humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people never regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time Give us the answers.
But what the? Can I just play the fucking game? Can I play the fucking game? God! Now can I play the game?
I once thought I could save the world.
Can I play the fucking game?
Now look at it.
I'm getting salty, babe.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew.
Damn!
Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes you just have to let go and embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now,
I might go back to work tomorrow.
Are ya?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen, am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Listen up, all of you.
We got a sandstorm barreling down our ass, and we can't afford to make mistakes.
Stream,
We're
I'm getting
going after
salty.
this man,
Stream, I'm
an
getting
arms
fucking
dealer named
salty.
Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Iran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out
Okay,
of
I
his
get it,
home.
bro.
Best
I
you
get it,
see
bro.
Interpol's
Let me
got.
play the
3
fucking
years
game.
He's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts
Hang up
their
and call me
party.
back.
Is things cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo,
I love that
things
eyeball
got
right there.
gruesome real
Give me the
fast.
side eye.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
What's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
No, lethal. I'll go lethal.
I'm not leaving my 6 exposed. Give me something lethal.
Your call, but Singh's undercover in all this.
So watch your fucking sights.
Watch your
What
fucking
about range?
sides.
There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
No, lethal. I'll go
I'm not leaving my 6 exposed. Give me something lethal.
shoot rifle. I want a short rifle.
Never was one to play the odds. Give me something I can use up close.
You got it. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said the Jinn are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
We'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your number one priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Let's go!
Task force action.
Goodbye!
Engage host
2025.
drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Hey babe, would you get a helicopter? Let's go! Goodbye! Would you get a helicopter? Oh, me too. I want one. I gotta be afraid of heights. Are you scared of heights? Oh, me too. Would you get on the boat?
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Oh, I don't like this shit, bro.
Jensen, we're moving through. Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. We're gonna have to hack keypads.
You should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
That red means bad. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Jensen. The Jinn have got a few Jennies up
Right. What? the fuck you got a knife for? Where you get a knife for? What am I doing? About to get pissed the fuck off. I need a gas can. What are you doing? Yeah, without me, that's crazy. I quit.